We can dance if you want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Kill it with fire!
Hello, everybody.
You actually got a bingo card.
Yes!
All right.
If anybody else wants a bingo card, they're in the Discord under announcements.
Let's see, what do you have for this bingo card here? Birthday, wedding gone wrong. Attention hungry sibling or best friend. Original poster needs therapy. That's most of them. That should be the free space. Mother-in-law ignores child allergies. Deaf Banshee's animals say hi. Am I the asshole for setting boundaries? Going no contact. Really? Antwon lectures. Validation post. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Again, that could possibly be most of these things. Gaslighting significant other. Just hear me out. Free space. Overbearing mother-in-law or mother. Controlling family. Grandbaby called me mommy. Oh, that's not good. Not my circus, not my monkeys. That's one of Ishtar's favorite sayings.
Mine too.
Ishtar and Deaf Banshee plays in chat without Antwon noticing. Listen, I pay attention to chat. I just may not always say anything about it. ADHD tangent spiral. Bot wrongfully times someone out. That should also be a free space. I bought you X, now you owe me Y. Oh, we should talk about nice guys. That would be a good one.
That's another good subreddit. I forgot that one existed.
Nice guy, nice girl. Tries to set significant other up with someone else. Communication is the problem. Again, a free space. Nosy co-worker / neighbor and calling out at a family event. It depends on what we're talking about. Most of these are going to, like, there's a good chance for a blackout bingo.
I mean, me and Ishtar could be talking in chat right now and you wouldn't notice. You're focused on the bingo.
I see the chat. You called Lily a cultist.
The cutest. Cutest!
Oh, cutest. See?
Leave my dyslexia alone! Ableist!
I don't know.
So you say nothing? Just remember you love us. And you don't want us dead. And your life would be boring without either one of us.
So, all right. For those of you who don't know, who don't follow me on Twitter or anything like that, I have already talked to you about it. Ishtar and I have a new kitten. She is almost 10 months old, and she is a noisy thing. She's a squeaker, which there's a good chance you're going to hear from her in the background of my audio. But she's also a climber. And unfortunately, this climber doesn't know how to not use her claws. So if you were to see me now, I look like I'm a spun out homeless person who's done, heroin for the last 30 years. I have pockmarks all over me from her claws. It's the one thing that, apparently it's the one thing that can penetrate my skin is kitten claws. Let's just hope no one else hears about that.
Hear about what?
Exactly.
No, seriously, I was dealing with an escape artist ferret. Jenrit decided he wanted to explore the basement while I wasn't looking.
Well, I mean, lock them in the basement; they'll be fine. So, what I have live captions. This is really weird. I am watching this happen in live, and it's actually getting my words relatively well.
I'm surprised it's actually working on OBS. That's literally the caption thing I've been using since 2014 and to understand what people have been saying.
Ah,
I told you, guys, I had tricks and stuff, and there's a reason I know what people were saying.
so are you going to torment me with more videos this week, or are we doing something different?
I didn't have any videos. I thought I would spare you, more or less spare me, because I got a certain asshole back on my FYP, and I don't want him there.
No, Ishtar, she doesn't need to torture me.
I could torture him with other things. I have a few Am I the Assholes that might be torturous to him.
Why do you
Most
do
like,
this to me?
because it's fun and amusement, and chat likes it. And we do everything for
Alright,
chat.
Alright, that's fair. Sort of. I'm gonna see if I can find nice guy and nice girl things.
I have Am I the Asshole for letting my wife, for not burying my wife next to her long deceased husband as my stepson desired?
See, I was going to grab that, but I decided not to because I had a feeling.
I knew the damn ferret had a accomplice.
What happened?
My daughter's cat released the ferret.
The cat released the ferret.
Yes!
Are you sure that your animals are just animals and not sentient beings that are stuck in animalistic bodies?
I'm wondering if we have 10 druids in this house and I'm not aware of it.
Alright, so there's nice guys.
Any proposals? Make it hurt. I also have Am I the asshole for not reminding my husband about a huge event in my life? It sounds petty.
Damn it! I had that one.
You know, I need to get that 100 sound, the one that goes, ha 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 ha, like the video that I sent you. I should also add that to bingo.
What? Every single time you sneak one of my posts?
Yes. Petty is fun. I agree, but sometimes petty is just not right.
Alright, so they also have nice girls, which is the female version of nice guys. So I'm gonna get both of those.
We're about
gonna do some-
equality, so both of them. Oh, chat, to let you know, I was going to have my Alice video up. Antwon can vouch for this. I was getting ready to record it and I started having a migraine. I'm sorry. Maybe this week, because we're taking a break, I might be able to get it up. I don't know. I am allergic to sulfur and it is the 4th.
Yeah, that could be a problem. I mean, there is it's going to be nothing but fireworks for the next few days.
Mhm.
We have people firing off fireworks now. It's not even close. I mean, it's close to the 4th of July, but it's not. It's not the 4th of July yet. You do not get to post off fireworks yet. Like, calm your shit.
That's interesting. I was going to review the Biden versus Trump debate, and this came up. I don't know how I feel about that. We're better.
What came up?
We're more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, that debate was nothing. It could be summed up in like a TikTok. I'm not even joking.
The Biden versus Trump debate can be summed up in a couple words. Two old people stumbling over their words and trying to make the other look worse.
And they were arguing over golf.
All right, that was funny.
But there is a clip that I want to steal from Trump, and that's because of some of these people rambling on these Reddit posts. And it's the clip that he said. I didn't catch the last bit of what he said, but I don't think he knows what he said.
Probably not.
And I think that soundbite would be amazing on our soundboard, especially with the people that rambles on Reddit.
All right, so that I may have to share my screen because the nice guy posts, they do have posts, but it's a lot of I can find some good ones.
Well, I can read mine while you do digging because I stole it from you.
Fine, thief.
I'm sorry, I got it first. Anyways. Am I the asshole for not reminding my husband about a huge event in my life? I am currently a PhD student and also work, hence I'm busy. As someone that is also going, apparently, we're going to celebrate 4th of July early, my neighbors. Anyways, as somebody that is also a student and planning on getting their PhD at some point or time, this can be really petty. I'm scared.
Petty is not always bad.
No, I like petty. I love petty. But this could be petty for no reason. I mean, working and going to school, that's a lot, and that's a lot for a significant other to also keep track of.
True.
Wait, when did Antwon have a last name?
Antwon got a last name finally after the book was starting to be written. So officially, my last name is Creed.
Antwon is a real boy. Any bahoozles? I made some changes to my project right before my confirmation seminar, which I'm only mentioning because my husband was well aware of my increased world load and penalty deadlines. Oh, okay.
Wait, so she increased her workload because of deadlines?
Yeah.
All right.
I told him confirming was rapidly approaching and he asked if he could come to the presentation. I told him I wasn't sure but would ask. The university sent out my presentation details, emails, and Zoom link. I forwarded it straight to him. This is getting sus. A few days goes by and I realize he hasn't even mentioned it. I asked if he read the email. He said no. I asked him to read it. A few more days go by. I asked him again to please read it. At this stage, I realized that not only had he not read the email, but he hasn't even bothered to inquire about the presentation. Unfortunately, this is fairly normal for him. He does this often, inquire much about my life, ask me many, many questions about my days, etc. And I admire and I'm tired of being ignored. I could have reminded him the day of the presentation, but to be honest, I didn't want to. I wanted him to care enough to entirely ask or read the email. This is where I might be the asshole. Excuse me, this seems more like a validation post, if I may say so.
Well, the problem is so far she's made a couple of problems, or a couple of things that cause the problem.
Yeah,
Now,
she's got
one,
one more paragraph, and then she asks if she's the asshole, and then she edited it.
oh, wonderful. See, she edited it properly. She put the edit at the bottom, not at the top, so we know exactly what happened.
Oh, let's see here. Got this one. We got this one already.
I have not lectured yet.
Oh,
A
not
lecturing,
lecturing about the word placement of the editing is not a lecture?
that's not a lecture. A lecture takes time. A lecture makes it
Okay,
so it's,
okay. I'm
extended.
sorry I offended you on your art of lecturing, causing you to give a real lecture. Any results? The presentation day comes and I present and pass. He had no idea and still didn't ask. After a G of days, whatever the fuck that means, I decided to finally mention it to him. He thinks I'm the asshole for not reminding him, and I think he's the asshole for not caring enough. Am I the asshole? Edit.
Yes.
To add, for those asking, I never emailed him, so that is not the case of constant emails that could have been overload. I forwarded him the email from the university that was entitled something like confirmation presentation. That email would stand out like crazy from other emails he receives. I forwarded as at work when it came, and my job isn't one where I can then also text and call to tell him it's there. I'm in Australia, so confirmations occur 1 year in our work as students is partitionally open attendance. As someone that's going to college, confirmations only also happen once a year. You can just graduate through the middle of the year, just you won't be walking.
So she's the asshole
I think
for a
both
couple
of
of them.
them's kind of the asshole, to be honest.
You're not wrong. He's the asshole for not showing up. She's the asshole for not reminding him. Now,
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but how often do you actually check your email?
right now,
Yeah.
20 times a day.
Well, wonderful.
Normally,
Well, way to show up my example as something that doesn't make sense.
once a day. Right now, 20 times. But that's because I'm waiting for a Pacific email that I'm not going to be getting until July. Nyeh.
So most people can look at their phone because that's where they check their email now,
Mhm.
and they have thousands of notifications of unread emails.
How can people do that? I see one notification on any app and I'm automatically panic.
I I cleared out my email as of a couple days ago. I had over 7,000 unread messages.
Chad also agrees with me multiple times a day. That's more than one person that said that.
So the issue is the issue is most people don't
Ugh.
actually check their email a lot. So he may not have seen it. And then instead of doing the responsible thing and, reminding him, she decided to just let it go.
She reminded him twice, and he chose not to read it.
But she also could have, reminded him the day of.
Yeah.
Like, if this is an important thing, then yeah, remind. I don't care how often you remind me. I'm gonna forget because I'm doing other things.
I mean, we could look at my schooling, and even though you're just a friend, look at my public speech. I had to remind you that it was existed and was on Zoom how many times?
Um,
It was like once a day, if I remember right. But that was like
ish.
3 years ago.
So, see, it happens.
And he's just a best
See,
friend.
I'm not. Look, Ishtar even admits it. Her old email address had 30 to 40,000 currently,
Mostly spam.
but
That's
still there.
understandable. Spam's mostly advertisements that nobody really cares about.
She wanted to know that she was important to him after he didn't express interest.
Hmm. See, that's where I was going to go. Is it sounds like it's a communication issue, but it sounds like this is a problem that's been stemming far beyond this one event, and so she was just wanting to make sure she was important because right now she's not feeling important, and this whole post seems like a validation post.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know about validation. I think it's more. Well, no, it's kind of validation because she wants to know that what she believes is true. That
Hmm.
as Ishtar said, that he doesn't see her as important. So I
Yeah.
guess it's kind of a validation post. But I still think both of them are the assholes.
Oh yeah,
It,
100%. And communication is a huge problem. Hence the reason why I marked it on the bingo.
well, communication is always going to be the problem.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Yes, I agree. There's more to the story, and she only just showed a portion of the story.
Oh yeah.
If this wasn't a validation post, she would have showed the whole story. Told us from the beginning that this started 3 years ago, that he wasn't caring about certain things of hers, and this, that, and the other. Instead, it's this one event.
All right. I have one that is going to intrigue you. I broke a promise with my husband, and I think he wants to divorce me. Am I the asshole?
Go
I uh,
on.
I was going to say, are you ready for this one? It's a little long.
Eh,
For background, I, 24 female, am not Nigerian
why is that important?
because her husband, 27 male, is Nigerian. My husband comes from a strict traditional family. I, I do not. My husband and I don't have a traditional marriage, quote unquote traditional marriage, and we are both fine with this. I have a much bigger salary than my husband. This allows us to live a wealthy lifestyle. I'm already seeing that this is possibly fake. A wealthy lifestyle that we could not afford just on his job. I also don't really enjoy cooking or cleaning. He does most of it happily. We also don't want children, even though his family is pressing us about when I will become pregnant. Before my husband and I got married, he made me promise to pretend to be a traditional housewife only when I'm around his parents so we can marry. Because I was not Nigerian, I was afraid his parents would not let us marry at all. But when I told them I want to marry their son so I can take care of him, cook, clean, and nurture his children, they agreed. So what I'm getting from this is this entire relationship was built on a lie to appease the parents.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Keeping keeping this promise was easy. We only saw his parents 2 to 3 times a year, and we would mostly visit their home. His parents don't know I work, and they think my husband's job provides us with our lifestyle. Recently, we had had a scheduled 5-day visit to his parents when we would stay at their house. I took off work like I usually do, and these visits are practiced cooking Nigerian dishes and being the perfect housewife.
That
This
sounds fake.
relationship is this relationship is built on a lie. Possibly this post as well. A few days before we went to their house, my mother-in-law called us saying she was ill. Nothing serious, just the common cold. But she is very dramatic and said we should not come because she will get us sick and to reschedule the visit. We rescheduled for 2 weeks later. This would be fine if I did not have a work conference. I was chosen to attend a leadership conference by my work, and this was a huge deal to me. I would be gone for 2 days. I cannot express how big this was to me, and my husband was very happy for me. I found out about the conference months in advance, and I did not want to miss it. I told my husband that he would have to reschedule with his parents because I will not be missing this conference for anything. He said his parents wouldn't let us reschedule, and I will just have to miss my thing. This made me very upset because it was a huge honor, and I have been excited about it for months. He reminded me of my promise and how I will have to miss it. I told him no way and went to the conference, then to his parents' house, and I told him I was visiting my mom who wasn't feeling well. His parents were upset at me because apparently my imaginary sick mom can wait and my husband's need to control his wife more. Oh, good. The husband needs to control his wife more. We returned home and he was extremely upset at me, saying I broke our promise. Later, I heard him talking on the phone to his brother in Husau, saying that he should never have married me and should have married who his parents picked for him, and said that he is considering divorce, though he never said any of this to me. Reddit, what should I do? First, you should stop lying. Second, you should stop lying about writing this post. Third, make up a better story. Because I'm pretty sure all that is needed with this is after the Reddit what should I do, instead of that, should be please help, I need a donation of $1,000. You can send it to this bank account.
Here's my opinion. Ah, wrong button. I hit the answer here. I want the sound. There it goes. Not the removal of you. Oh, my kill it with fire sound is not working.
Oh, that's too bad.
Kill it with fire! That's my opinion on the post. I love how I hit enter and it yeeted you.
So
I wasn't even in that window. That's the funny part of it all.
this sounds so fake.
It sounds very, very fishy, and it was
So
hitting all the talking points to get people riled up, which is like,
I
yeah.
why would you make this promise?
This is the look at me girl version of Dear Penthouse.
And then all right, I can understand traditional relationships, right? I can understand traditional marriage. I can even understand parents being overbearing. It still happens today. But to base your entire relationship off of a lie, all to appease the parents, does not sound like a good idea.
You want to hear something sad?
Sure.
It's common.
What, lying to the parents like that?
Lying and building a foundation of lie, which to please the parents of whatever person you're wanting to be with.
Then they're not worth it.
Agreed.
If their parents are that overbearing, they're not worth it. Really not. Like, Ishtar's parents are awesome, very laid back, always eager to help, right? They're always very welcoming. Every single time we go
He
visit, it's
open.
always a huge family gathering. But that's just how it is every weekend for them. They have sleepovers with the grandkids. So Ishtar's parents are actually really, really cool. They're like, I would say they are the gold standard for in-laws. If Ishtar had to lie about our relationship in order to make them happy with me, well, they're just gonna have to not like me. It's that simple.
I mean, not wrong. A lie is like a bridge. The more you pile on, the more it's going to collapse. But also, what a lie is, will, no matter how small or big the lie is, you'll eventually get caught in your own web. This is why I don't lie. On top of that, when I try to lie, it's very obvious. I can't do it.
Neither, as Ishtar said, she's a bad liar. She really is.
I suck. I tried.
Right,
One time.
I have a quick one. And what I mean by quick, it's like 4 sentences,
That is
long
quick.
sentences, but four. My mum is a bully. Scared for LO. I don't know what LO stands for.
Little one.
Little one? Okay. When I was growing up, my mum bullied me. I guess you could say I'm bitter that she didn't care about me then. Didn't care about me then. Punctuation, people. Jesus Christ.
No.
But wants to be involved now that I have a baby boy. I'm a bit concerned about how to deal with this. Of course, I'm protective over my baby, but don't know whether to address my complaint directly with my mother. She is narcissistic and has always been in denial. I worry that this might make my delivery overly aggressive, as I have always been taught to not address my complaints. My anger and sadness is very bottled up. I've never really been taught how to enforce boundaries in a polite manner. In my country, politeness is a cultural imperative. She is English. They just want advice. My advice is suck it up and talk to your mother.
You set a boundary, you say your boundary, you speak your boundary, you stand by your boundary. Simple.
Yes, the four boundaries makes a wall, little box. You keep those
This is
boxes.
my no square. Don't touch me there.
This is my boundary box. You leave my boundary box alone. Do not enter the boundary box. Do not look at the boundary box. Do not even think about the boundary box.
This is my no square.
Like I said, it was just a short one.
It was. Am I the asshole for not having my wife buried next to her long deceased husband as my stepson desired?
You know, I was gonna grab that one too, but I decided not to.
Chad, didn't he tell us that at the beginning of this stream, or am I just having deja vu?
No, because you snaked two of them without me actually knowing that you were going to do it.
I'm so getting that 100 sound for next week, especially since you'll be able to hear the soundboard. Anyways, my wife died 3 months ago, suddenly after 9 years of marriage. Aren't all deaths sudden?
Not all of them. Like if she's terminally ill,
I mean,
like
that's fair. I was in charge of her funeral arrangements. We had one daughter together, female, 8 years old. Oh, that's a crucial time in development, too. And her two kids from her previous marriage, male 16 and female 14, that I adopted. Then why did you call him your stepson?
Still technically stepson.
Yeah, but he's adopted, which legally speaking is your son.
Maybe he didn't want to be the son, so like maybe the son set a boundary. You're not my real dad.
You're not my real father. Anyways, I had to discuss her burial spot with my stepchildren and told them I wanted her buried in my family's plot where I intend to be buried one day. My stepson said she would have wanted to be buried next to his biological father and her previous husband who died 12 years ago. My stepdaughter said she didn't care either way. I don't want to disagree with my stepson on something like this, so I looked into the cemetery where her previous husband was buried and found out there was only one adjoining plot next to his grave and no plot adjoining the adjoining plot. Huh?
So basically, they purchased a couple's plot. So there's a grave marker, and then right next to it, adjoining it, is another one for
Mm,
couples. What he's saying is that on either side of that, there is not another adjoining plot.
I see. Meaning that I cannot be buried there one day. I told this to my stepson that I can't bear to not one day be laying to rest beside her. I know she loved her previous husband deeply, but she loved me as well. And I've only ever loved her and only ever will. He didn't agree and said she had always hoped to be reunited with her beast, beast, whatever, before husband.
Betrothed.
Yeah, that's the word, betrothed.
So this is coming from the stepson. This is why I think he's the stepson and doesn't want the father thing,
Mm,
because he idolizes his father, which is
yeah.
fine. His mother remarried. Things change. So he likes his real dad, doesn't like, even though his real dad has passed away, doesn't like his stepfather for reasons that only teenagers have. So mom must be buried with his dad, not buried with him. Anyway, continue.
We were at complete loggerheads. How old are you? Over this, but in the end, it was my call and I made it. He was so upset with me and still is. He earlier said he needed time to get past this and now says he needs me to apologize. My stepdaughter thinks we shouldn't be having this fight because it doesn't matter what happens to anyone's body once they die. I want to apologize to him, but I don't think I mean it. Even now, I think it would have pained my heart so much if I listened to him. Um,
I don't think I
you,
don't
you,
even.
you may not be the asshole for where you buried your wife, but you are the asshole for not seeing the signs that I am seeing with your stepdaughter.
The fact that she's a nihilist.
No, those are some huge signs of depression.
Well, maybe she may again. If they're talking about this so quickly after her mother's death, she may be in mourning,
Well,
so she may
yeah,
not want to do. She may not want to talk about anything.
at her age and going through mourning and pushing things away, even things that are big topics, could result in some really huge things. Especially with that age, everything's black and white.
True. So Ishtar and I have talked about death because, of course, we have. Everyone talks about death
Mhm.
at some point.
It's always good to talk to your significant other before it happens because it could happen like 10 minutes from now.
So Ishtar and I have both agreed we want to be cremated. That is Astrid put in a paragraph.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
The son probably thinks he knows what his mother would have wanted and wants her to be buried with what he probably believes and his mother may have reinforced as the true love of her life, and feels that his stepfather is dishonoring her. But the husband feels that they loved each other and they wish to be together not just in life but in death. If he remarried, his daughter may feel the same way the son did. Ishtar, Ishtar, please just bear with me for a second. Ishtar and I have talked about it, and we both decided we want to be cremated. Now, we've talked about the way that we want to have our ashes used. I told Ishtar that basically I would like my ashes to be put into another spicy bowl of chili so that I could tear her ass up one more time.
Am I on a fucking roller coaster? Where did this left turn come from? Where am I? I don't feel safe. Sir,
So this is a Wendy's.
the fuck? You
All right.
think he's going to get the chili? Oh. Why does my Hormel chili taste weird?
But in all seriousness, even when that happens and I am cremated, I do want to be like, it's cheesy, but I want to be um half of it up on the mantle or whatever. If you want to keep it, that's fine. The other half I would like to be and I do mean this legitimately.
That's a spicy, people.
I do mean this legitimately. I want my ashes to be mixed in with a bait bowl and given to sharks.
I mean, I could just throw your body in and the sharks will eat it.
I was thinking that too, but that's kind of crass.
Chili with cheese? My thing is my brain itself goes and gets donated to science because I have a fear of not actually being dead. So removal of the brain gets rid of that fear.
Well, yeah, because once that's gone, the rest of the body just kind of implodes on itself.
And then the rest of the body gets cremated. One portion goes into vials for my best friends, my kids, and my significant other. A portion of it goes to Gillette, Wyoming, my hometown. The rest of it gets put really, really high in the atmosphere so that all of the dust settles across the world. I will blanket the world.
All right then. That's a that is a plan.
Let's face it, I like to travel and I can't have my body be in two places at once. And I like I like America and I like South Korea and I like traveling the world. So all the dust go everywhere.
So so apparently my final wishes of how I want my ashes dealt with are just going to be ignored.
Well, you don't need a lot of ashes to compress into a diamond for her to constantly wear. And there are dildos that you could put ashes into. I found that out thanks to TikTok.
Banshee, shame on you.
TikTok is a strange place, and you're the one that put Alpha Dom in my.
I did not put Alpha Dom in your feed. You put Alpha Dom in your feed. You made that choice, not me.
I think it'd be fun to do that on stream.
You're right, it was fun. But it's not my fault.
Banshee, this is Wendy's. Well, fuck Wendy's. They're wanting to increase prices during a certain time, anyways.
Alright.
TikTok more like kink talk. I'm all over TikTok, to be honest. I just get pissed off when I get off of Stay Talk. And anybody that talks to me more than 5 minutes knows that. If I don't see my Hunjin and my Felix, I'm mad. It's really the only reason I open that damn app.
It says, oh yeah, I remember that one. Didn't I cover the dildo ashes? I believe I did when we were doing MSNBC. But speaking of dildos,
Kinky.
this has nothing to do with them.
Oh, how about the people? We could go deal with dildo people. Where's mother-in-law? There's mother-in-law.
Well, I was going to say, I have another Am I the Asshole? And this one is, am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend for proof of her pregnancy?
Maybe.
Now,
That's a hard maybe.
when Antwon was a younger man, he ended up getting involved with a woman that actually he faked her pregnancy. And because Antwon was young and stupid, he believed her. Turns out she was lying. She actually, I finally made her take it. Like, I almost sat in the bathroom with her to take a pregnancy test. And I've told this story before, but the way that I found out that she was lying is we got into a huge argument and she went to a clinic. It wasn't Planned Parenthood, but it was another type of clinic like that. And we meet the doctor, go through everything, and then we're supposed to find out when the baby is supposed to be born. I'm like, what's the due date? And the doctor says, oh, we don't know. We haven't even taken the pregnancy test yet. Now, why that's important? I had, quote unquote, a nurse from that clinic call me while I was at work to tell me that yes, she was indeed pregnant because they had taken a test and proved it. Zio says, I want my remains placed in armor before being buried under the headstone in the shape of a large clenched fist holding lightning bolts.
I wasn't replying to the comment. No, I wasn't replying. Anyways, as I was going to type, I like that because future people digging up graves and stuff would start questioning so much about our society, and I like it. As a sociologist, that is epic.
All right, so let's get on with it. So Ishtar said she already read this one. So I didn't know she read this one. Why are all of you reading things that I've already chosen? I,
Great minds think alike. Then there's us.
18 male, just graduated high school and am going to college in the fall. My girlfriend, 17 female, will be a senior this year. Because Reddit makes me feel better about my life.
I agree.
You're not wrong.
That's why we do these. That's why we do these.
Yesterday, she told me she's pregnant. At first, I felt sick. But then I was like, what? How? I used a condom every single time. You might not believe me, but I swear I did. I know condoms aren't 100%, but I never had the condom break, come off, leak, nothing. So I really don't know how this is possible. And yes, I want to point out that condoms are not 100% effective. They are 99.8% effective. That 0.2% is catastrophic failure.
Yep. Or if you overfill it.
Look, if you're going to continue to use the condom that much, you deserve to have it fail. What are you pumping into the condom to have it overfill and burst?
You could be amazed on a lot of things that I've learned in my sex psychology class. Some guys can actually produce so much sperm that it overfills. Well, it's not really sperm; it's the liquidy stuff that makes the sperm do the swimmy thing.
Yes, it's called hyperspermia.
Yes.
But it is also rare.
Yeah, but it's still possible.
Jello shots for a bridal shower
Yes.
with a condom. What is wrong with you people?
Just remember, if he
tastes
says
horrible.
Just remember, chat, if he says that a condom is too big, run, because a condom could fit a 2-liter bottle of soda.
I told her, we're going to continue reading about this young man because apparently he's smart. I told her I won't believe her.
ADHD spiral!
I told her I won't believe her until I see a pregnancy
Right,
test.
he asked!
And even if she is pregnant, I won't believe it's mine until I see a DNA test.
Fair.
I mean, if it's true and I really got her pregnant, I'll be there and support her, even if it totally derails my life. But I honestly don't know how I could have gotten her pregnant. She's been really sad about me graduating and leaving. She cried on my last day of school, so I feel like this has something to do with her just wanting to keep me here or something. Yes. Of course, she cried and called me an insensitive asshole and isn't talking to me right now. She could have sent me a pic of the test, but I've seen nothing. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I won't believe she's pregnant until I see a positive pregnancy test, and I won't believe the baby is mine until I see a DNA test?
No.
No, not the asshole. You, sir, deserve a medal because you're actually a smart young man. Yes, the boy is smart, Ishtar.
Yeah, she's going to try and baby trap the man.
I don't think, and that's the thing. I don't think she's actually pregnant. What's going to happen? And this is what is going to happen.
Yeah, that would be gaslighting significant other.
She is going to say, say he doesn't ask for a test, right? 2 months from now, after he has ruined his chances of going to college, has got himself into a job just to support things and get them together or keep them together, get a house, whatever. She's going to have a mysterious miscarriage. A miscarriage that she is going to forget to tell him about. A miscarriage that she is going to not have any pain for and not have any, physical effects of. So that's what's going to happen.
Baby
I don't even believe
trap,
it. I don't believe this is even close to real.
I mean, she could also possibly be saying she's pregnant, making him, gaslighting him to believe it is pregnant, so that way he can stop using the condoms, because you can't get me pregnant anymore, to actually get pregnant to trap him.
True. Also true. Like, that's. Yes, Ishtar, bitches be crazy.
Mm.
Um, yeah, because now she's. Well, I'm pregnant. You can't get me pregnant again. Why wear a condom? Oh, look, suddenly she's pregnant. Actually pregnant.
Mhm.
See, it's. She's young. She's 17. So when I say this, understand she's going to grow. Women like that are the reason that men in the red pill exist. They'll use her as an example of why, women are whores and things like that. And it's like, what are you talking about? She's 17. She's the perfect age for you.
Hey. Again, that age is black and white thinking, and she doesn't want him to go away, so the only way he can stay with me is if I do this.
We're gonna stay together forever. We are deeply in love. Listen, the amount of high school sweethearts that stay together forever, or even get married and stay together for say 20 years, is a low percentage number. I think it's something like 15%.
Yeah.
Your high school sweetheart is supposed to introduce you to the world of love, not keep you satisfied throughout.
Yeah, not mature enough for a child. Still a child herself. Damn it.
All right, I got another short one if you want to hear it, and this one's going to be a fun one, just from the title.
I'm skeptical.
Am I the asshole for slapping a teenager?
Huh?
Hopefully, the 17-year-old from the last story. I, 32 female, was at a water park this last weekend with my husband, 32 male, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. There was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter on swimming, one of them came up behind me, and I felt a tug on the strings of my top, untying it. I spun around, saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk, and slapped them. This quickly caused a scene. The park staff got involved as well. The boys' parents, who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen and confirmed that he really did grab my top. There was also cameras around the pool that kind of showed it. Wasn't the best angle though. The boys' parents threatened assault charges, and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decided to go that way. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband, though, still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. Am I the asshole? No!
Wow.
You. Look, sure, what the boy did was a little cheeky, and you showed him what happens when you become a little cheeky. You get slapped in the cheek.
Play stupid game, win stupid prize.
Yes. This was definitely not a giant, you know, graph of fuck around and find out. More on the lower scale of the fuck around and find out.
Like I said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes. So, yeah, told you it was short and fun.
That escalated real fast.
Well, a 15-year-old decided she was going to try and undo a grown woman's bikini top.
It's lucky
Look,
you didn't get stabbed. Just saying.
if that was me, right, and they did that to Ishtar,
Ishtar would
Ishtar,
punch him.
well, no, Ishtar is too nice for that. But I would have punched him. I would have decked him.
The woman scares me when she's mad. Just saying. The
She's
quiet,
very
sweet ones are always scary, angry.
now. She has had some very good rants. I will say that. But um, yeah, Ishtar, when she does finally lose that temper of hers, it usually you don't want to be anywhere near it.
else's mother-in-law lie and exaggerate health issues for attention?
My first mother-in-law, yes.
My current mother-in-law, which we're no contact with, does, and my mom, my biological mother, she does. Trigger warning: general health stuff. That is the most detailed trigger warning ever.
I mean, very detailed. General health things. We were just talking about general health when we were talking about,
Death.
ash dildos.
Yeah, we've talked about death. We have talked about sex. I think we are talking about the life. I think that is the theme. Anyways, Huzzles. My mother-in-law refuses to take care of herself. She is over 300 lbs, pre-diabetic, and books her days full of health appointments. Okay. Things she lied about that I have solid proof of, parentheses, I was at the hospital when these things happened, in parentheses. Pre-diabetic lies that she has diabetes. TIA lies that she had a stroke with brain damage. Sprained ankle lied it was severely broken. So she claims she had a sprained ankle, but it was actually broken.
No, other way around. She claimed that it was broken, but it was only sprained.
My husband is an ER nurse, and she called him and texted him photos of her thighs. Then asked him to do wound care 3 times a day, even at 2 a.m. after his 16-hour shift.
Wait, what does she sent pictures of her thighs for what?
She called him and texted him pictures of her thighs, then asked him to do wound care 3 times a day, even after his 2 a.m. after his 16-hour shift.
What is wound care?
Okay, medical lecture. Wound care would be taking care of a wound. May it be an open sore
I thought
or...
wound. I understand wound. I thought you said womb. As in, what is in... I thought you said womb as in, where babies come from.
I'm sorry. My deaf accent sucks sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Animals. Every time I pause, just to let you guys know, it's literally because she has hit enter twice. So there are these breaks. So if I have to read these breaks, you deal with them too. She has told us about her TW, trigger warning, vaginal issues, describing the blood in her poop during dinner. She knows I hate it. She also shows me her open wound while we had dinner. She does it on purpose, and I finally put my foot down, and we
Hold on.
are no longer hosting holidays.
Listen, talking about feces is sketchy at the best of times. You don't talk about it while you're eating dinner.
The only people I know of that can talk about anything blood, feces, guts, such that during dinner without having to lose their appetite is those in the medical field.
No, and I understand that. I had a roommate that was an EMT and then transferred into being an ER tech. Like they wanted him to become a head nurse, and he was like, "No, I make more money not doing that." But they kept having him like he was one of the go-tos. I have heard some shit.
Just a heads up, EMT in the ER is the ER tech. He still was an EMT.
He didn't go out in the ambulance.
No, that just means there's no. He's still an EMT, even though he was a ER tech. He's still an EMT. He's just wasn't in the ambulance. He got to not deal with on scene. He got to deal with all the fun stuff. I was going for school for that originally, and then I was also volunteering in the ER. The ER is better than being out in the ambulance.
Well, yeah, he jumped out of the ambulance service as soon as he could after 10 years. Like, he did it for a long time.
I bowed to him. I wouldn't even last 10 days in the damn ambulance. I like my ER, damn it.
But I've heard some stories, and I could tell some.
So can
but
I.
I don't tell them at dinner. You don't tell them when people are eating. And you don't talk about, like, are they 12? Is she 12? 12-year-olds talk about poop when they're eating because they think it's funny. They've just developed a sense of humor. Like, that's why fart jokes are funny to them. But come on, what is wrong with this woman?
Other things happen to just too long to post in parentheses. Either way, she admits herself to the ER constantly. She's a frequent flyer. When my husband didn't charge her bandage, she called an ambulance to bring her to the hospital. So just because he didn't change her bandage, I must. Oh my god, I hate these people.
So I think we're going to have to hit one of the bingo things. And not because it's something the original poster did, but this op needs therapy after dealing with their mother-in-law.
Yeah. I need therapy after reading this. She's a frequent flyer, and not even one of the fun ones. She's one of the annoying ones. My elbow feels funny. My elbow feels strange. If you don't get that reference, I'm gonna cry.
I don't get the reference.
It's American Dad.
I don't watch American Dad.
Well, anyway.
Like, I know what it is. I've seen episodes of it. I've just, like, I watched more Family Guy than I did American Dad.
I love Family Guy.
When I first started doing videos, my voice got compared to Stewie.
Stewie is my favorite.
All right, is there more to that, or can we just
That's it. That's it.
Oh, yeah, the mother-in-law needs to be committed, and taken away from everyone.
Yeah. She's a frequent flyer. I bet money that most of the people at the ER don't like dealing with her. They see her names like, ugh.
So I remember a couple stories from my former roommate, but one of them I remember most. So a woman went into labor, delivered the baby. Now this was while he was working in the ER. Delivered the baby. When the baby came out, well, the placenta was connected to the uterus, which does happen, and it pulled, and it ruptured an artery.
Uh-oh.
So he is in the room with doctors and nurses, OBGYN nurses, not knowing what the fuck is going on. This woman is bleeding profusely from her vagina. Now, when I tell you what he did, understand that when he came home, this is how he said his day went. I was elbow deep in a woman's vagina today, and I am more glad now than ever that I'm gay. No one knew what to do, so he rolled up his sleeve and jammed his hand in there to pinch the artery closed until they could figure out what to do. And apparently he was elbow deep in this woman. This is not a story you tell over dinner. This is a story you tell to make people go, "What the fuck?"
That's a story you tell over dinner when you're around your EMT buddies, though.
Well, that's different. They've experienced shit. Do we want to try some nice guy stuff?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I
So
could also just go on a tangent on stories I have from the ER. Elbow deep in a hole up. Wait a minute, something isn't right up here. Yeah.
Zio, you understand she just gave birth, which means her cervical opening is wide open. For him to get into her womb, he had to pass through the cervical opening. Now, a woman's vagina on average is 9 inches deep. So 9 inches from your hat, from the ball up your fist, 9 inches from there is the vagina. He pushed through that deeper into her, past her cervical opening, which I believe the cervix is 3 inches deep. So now we're talking 12 inches. That's a foot into the back of her vagina to grab the artery and pinch it closed.
And she
Don't
just
actually
gave
know how
birth, so her uterus is kind of
is
big enough to hold a baby.
yeah. So an average baby is 16 to 20 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, elbow deep in a pregnant woman's vagina, a recently unpregnant woman's vagina. It can happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the cervix opening is 10 centimeters after giving birth.
Yeah, I'm talking about length though, not
Oh, I
width.
know. I'm just saying how open it is, so it also tells you how easy it was to get through. Because
All right. So
normally it's not.
no, it's not. It's a very tiny hole. Um, all right. So this one is called. I don't know what NGVC is,
Yes, sister, women's insides are stretchy.
but the title is "I'm a gentleman, but you're all skanks."
I'm
Now,
skeptical.
this is a Facebook post, so it's a little long. It's 3 separate pictures. So I can share my screen if you want, but it's just going to show up in that little box, so it's not going to do any good.
Yeah, so just read and describe.
All right.
Act like we're
Sev-
blind.
Several women in this group have blocked me on Facebook for contacting them privately. You know, the irony. He actually typed out HEH. The irony is that whenever I contact my fellow men from this group, I am generally met with an enthusiastic response. I wonder why that is. I don't like how this person types already. I could use my status within this group. He's a moderator. Jesus fucking Christ. I can use my status within this group to humiliate all of you. But I'm a gentleman, and the torment it would put you through does not comply with my ethics. You skanks know who you are, and if you're even capable of reading this, here were my true intentions. Hopefully, you'll come around to changing your mind about me. If you're not a complete idiot, that is. All right, before we find out what, I don't think we're going to find out what type of group this is, so I'm going to make a guess. This is a comic book group, a role playing group, or an anime group, or a furry group.
I'm gonna go with a red pill group.
No, because there's women in there.
Don't go. That's not
So
the
it's
right way.
it's a
It's the wrong way.
it's one of those
No,
four
you
with the
can't
way
go
he's talking.
that way.
My guess is role play or anime. Because it's got that very anime villain esque kind of. I'm going to tell you why you're horrible.
I am a nice guy. Calls all women skanks.
Yes. All right. First off, yes, I'll admit I find some of you pretty attractive. I am a normal, healthy, biological male. Of course, I'm attracted to women, and that should be seen as a compliment.
I'm gonna go throw up.
That does not automatically mean my intention. We're not even past the first image, by the way. That does not automatically mean my intentions were to sleep with you. I don't understand how the words "Hi, how are you" gets translated into "Hi, do you have a boyfriend?" When we started having a conversation in one of the threads, did I proceed my comment with "Hi, sorry, I'm already attracted to someone else"? Sure. Maybe someday, after getting to know each other a bit more, an infatuation might develop and we could start dating. But women these days seem to think that hetero men are incapable of having a platonic relationship with the other sex. To the girl who showed her husband my message and made him call the cops. Do you have any idea just how ironic that is? I was trying to explain to you how Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale has been severely misinterpreted by third wave feminists, and then you conceived a man to apply. Oh, I'm sorry. And then you convinced a man to apply authoritarian powers on me, merely for the fact that I am a male. It turns out that men can also be oppressed in society, and was Atwood's intended message of her novel. Oh my god. I don't think this is a red pill group. This is a. I don't even think this is an anime group. This may be like a neighborhood group. To the. It gets better.
Oh
So much better.
God!
To the girl who called me incel for trying to discuss Nabokov's magnum opus Lolita. Your lame feminist buzzwords have no bearing on my mental health. Do you really think I like it based solely around the hebephilia? I would encourage you to read it, as the prose is magnificent. But judging by your less than impressive vocabulary, I doubt you would be able to understand it.
Is this Alpha Dome?
I don't know, it could be. To the girl who called me a loser and said I was trying to show off because I said you should read Tolstoy's epic War and Peace. No one should read War and Peace. I wasn't aware that reading something was suddenly a huge achievement. The fact that I wanted you to read it meant that I believed you were the rare type of woman who could endure such a lengthy piece of literature.
Where's that
The
bleach?
The irony is that later in another thread I saw you talking about how you read all the Harry Potter books before you turned 12. It's plainly obvious to see that you view the arts in the most superficial way possible. There is no way I there is no way that I read it, as the prose is magnificent. But judging by your less than impressive sorry, he continued.
Where's the bleach?
It's plainly obvious to me they didn't narrow it down, so all of that was from the previous image. Uh, it's plainly obvious to see that you view the arts in the most superficial way possible. There is no way I would ever date someone like that. To all the other girls who haven't responded or have been a bit timid in their replies, please don't take this post the wrong way. As you can see, I didn't tag any of the women who wronged me on this post, and I will always respect your decision, no matter how misguided it may be. As you can tell, my intentions are mainly in the high arts, and I can guarantee you that at the very least, you will end up having a very compatible and knowledgeable friend.
What?
This has 93 reactions, All of them are the laughing emoji. This also has 200 comments that we can't see because they're Facebook images. This is just... I don't know what group this is part of. But whoever this is thinks very highly of his incel self.
Yeah. I agree with chat. This belongs with the neckbeards subreddit thing.
Just to quote Ishtar, the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
Yeah.
Just wow. I don't, you know,
Hi Val.
just wow.
Val says
And the
hi if
fact,
you can't hear him meowing.
and in the
I have no words. Words, they don't exist. I I have nothing.
the
I
him saying to the rest of the women in this group, listen, motherfucker, you just went through an entire thread of putting down women and making yourself seem better than everyone else.
I'm gonna call this us. Not only am I calling this a validation post, I'm calling this a just hear me out post. Blech. Blech.
All right. Okay, this is another nice guy one, not as long. I do everything for feminists and they appreciate nothing.
How rude!
The image is again from Facebook.
It's
I
fine.
am no longer a feminist ally. I do everything for feminists and they appreciate nothing. I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm understanding, I'm accommodating, and I do not practice toxic masculinity.
Hi,
Yet,
Steve Shives.
yet, when a feminist is single, I get turned down, and they go to date a toxic male. So what is the fucking point of me being a feminist ally if they treat me like I don't matter? There is nothing in it for me. You are going to lose all of your allies if you keep being hypocrites. Listen,
Tell me how you really feel.
I was going to say, this is, you know, the joke about male feminists,
Mm-hmm.
how, you know, they blend in so that they can eventually sexually assault women who
Mm-hmm.
are, yeah. Um, yeah, that's this person. This is someone
Yes,
who,
that would be a I bought you X, you owe me Y.
this is someone who thinks that women are
Oh,
vending
we almost
machines.
have a bingo.
This is one of those people who believes that you put enough friendship tokens into a woman and she spits out sex for you
Mhm.
if you put in enough. Absolutely vile people. And yes, we almost have a bingo. Not my circus, not my monkeys. We may get to that, but we have a half hour to get to it.
Yep.
So, do you have anything else? If not, I have two others.
Go for it.
Okay, this is a
Antwon
nice.
lectures? Did he
I
lecture?
have not lectured. I've not lectured yet. You hush your face. So this is from the Nice Girls subreddit. Guy politely acknowledges breakup message and she gets mad at him for it. So first person talking is the girl. Second person talking, I'll distinguish. So girl, sorry if I seemed distant today. I had a lot on my mind and was sorting through some things. I've been reflecting on my feelings and I've noticed my feelings changed. I don't want punctuation woman, use it. I don't want to lead you on or continue in a relationship that doesn't feel right for both of us. I believe we both deserve to be with someone who fully reciprocates our feelings. I hope you understand and respect my honesty in sharing this with you. Boy, understood. Best of luck. I understand where he's coming from, because what do you say to that post? Girl, is that really all you have to say? If that's the case, I must say I'm disappointed in your response and had hoped better from you. Boy, with all due respect, I don't break up with people over text, so this is new to me. What else would you like me to say? And that's it. We don't get anything more.
That was very short, to the point, and
Yeah.
I want more, damn it.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what she had to say to that. Like, it says break and she gets mad. Like, she didn't get mad. She just wanted him to say something else.
Mhm.
So, but there's no other pictures. It's just that. All right, so this one is also from Nice Girls. This one has more than one image. So, girl got mad because I just wanted friendship. This conversation was translated from Brazilian Portuguese. There may be some errors. All right, so again, I'll dictate who says what. Girl, hi. I just wanted to congratulate you on passing the test.
All right. Hello,
Uh,
Antwon.
What?
Hi, welcome back.
I dropped?
Yeah, yeah. Right after you were done talking about the girl, you went quiet, like quiet.
So what was the last thing you heard?
You ended the girl's message. That's it.
Oh, the congratulate you on passing the test?
Yes.
Okay. Simple enough. Boy says, thanks. Girl says, this thank you was dry. I know you're mad at me. Boy, I don't anything with you. Leave me in peace. Like Brazilian Portuguese, so just go with it. Girl, these are individual messages. Me too. Next message. Do you think you are the one to talk like that? Next message. Want to be superior to whoever? Next message. Fuck you, boy. Next message. My God. Next message. Fucking annoying boy. Next message. Do me a favor. Next message is looking for arguments. Next message. I didn't do anything to you after. Next message. What do love you? Next message. Oh, this is all within 5 minutes, by the way.
Crazy
I not
bitch.
Yeah, I not understand you. Next message. I just want friendship and I don't even have that from you. Next message. The percentage was right. All right. Next message. I don't want anything to do with you, you idiot. Next message. I'm not even in love with him anymore. That is bringing in something that is her own personal business. Next message. Your CrossFit butt is bigger than my mother's.
the fuck?
That is an insult.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy. So why do you follow me like a bitch?
Oh.
Next boy message. My butt is bigger. Same. I think talking about her. Girl, wake up, boy. No one wants trash. Boy, for you to see, not a single piece of trash wants you. Girl, you don't have a mirror. Next message. Bye bye. Next message. Uh, hold on. Oh no, yeah, she goes back to the same arguments. Is looking for arguments. Next message. I just wanted your friendship. Next message. Won't say anything. She already said bye bye, mind you. Next message. And you don't even have a good friendship. Next message. They put shit in your head and you don't like me, right? Next. Who's they? Next message. Now you're going to talk bad about me to everyone. Boy, I was helping my mother in the kitchen, and I made it very clear that I wanted friendship, and you pushed the envelope. This one. Next message. This one goes to r/nice girls. Girl, poor you boy. Next message. I didn't understand. Boy, lubber TV search. I don't know what that means. Girl, but you winked at me and called me pretty. Boy, I didn't know your true face. And about me speaking bad about you, I won't. Girl, trust. Boy, I didn't do anything to you. You were the one who started filling me with messages after I said I wanted to be friends and I thought you were pretty. Girl, I didn't do anything to you after. What do you love? I not understand you. I just want friendship and I don't even, and it stops there.
Ring around the rosy pocket
Yeah,
full.
she's fucking looping hard. But this
I
is
agree
going
with
to.
chat. I'm fucking confused. And I have a psychology degree.
I still love your CrossFit ass is bigger than my mother's.
Well, that just went into Antwon's repertoire.
Oh, I'm gonna use that one. Don't worry.
No, I'm not going to say it because if I say the person's name, they show up in chat.
All right,
But I
I'm back.
will message on Discord.
This is also from Nice Guys. I have lived on Earth for a quarter of a century, but my maturity is half a century.
I agree. Am I on an acid trip?
Yes. Definitely, I agree with that one, Banshee. All right, so let me read this.
Okay,
This
and
has
then I
multiple.
want to read one because I found a small one for mother-in-law.
All right. So again, this is text messages. This is text messages, not Facebook. Girl, hey, boy, hi. Girl, how are you? Boy, pretty good. You? Oh, sorry, no. Boy first, then girl. This is Nice Guys, not the opposite. Boy, I'm fine, thank you very much. I want to meet you. I hope you don't misunderstand. If you allow, I can start our conversation by introducing myself. Oh boy.
Well, that went creepy real fast.
Girl, why do you want to meet me? Boy, because you are a beautiful girl, I want to try my chance. At least he's being honest.
Stream
Oh,
content.
good God. We move on to the second image, and it goes from polite to he messaged her a novel. Girl, haha, fair enough. I'm guessing you live in the blank then. It's scratched out. Boy,
No,
I am
You're not
28 years
listening
old.
to
I was
this.
born in
No.
blank. I live in
No.
blank. I am
Fucking no.
studying automobile
Not
mechanic.
bloody- I'm
Studying
not
to be an
listening to
automobile
this.
mechanic
I'm not.
at blank. I also studied automobile sales at blank. I am a I am a Scorpio, and I have a bachelor's degree in public administration from blank university. Good God. At the same time, I
How to say
received
I am a narcissist in 3 words.
At the same time, I received training in the professional cooking certificate program at blank university. I am interested in cars and boats. I observe the jewelry, watch, and jewelry market closely. I do sports, bodybuilding, regularly. Bodybuilding is not a sport. I like to do research, discover new places, and travel. I focus on future investments and plans. I have improved myself a lot in cooking. Since I have visited many countries, my portfolio is quite wide. I think these are enough for now. I'd be happy to answer whatever you're wondering about. Could you please write a paragraph introducing yourself?
Blech.
So, I want you all to remember this was the response to the girl saying, I guess you live in blank then. And he just vomited all of this out at her and then said, please provide a paragraph in response. She responded, the whole resume, eh? I can take a screenshot of my resume if you want. He said, if you have tattoo experience in your resume, I can hire you. Ha ha ha. She
As a
responded,
former tattoo artist, run!
she responded, no, unfortunately, I don't have any tattoo experience. I have experience getting tattoos, though. It says, she posted her resume redacting her personal info and then says, there you go. And he says, are you blank? I'd like to speak directly. I find it appropriate to give you information about why I sent you a message. I plan to chat with you regularly. This is all very formal. You caught my attention, yes. I would like God, it's another fucking novel. I would like you to get to know me closely. By the way, I am aware of how difficult it is to meet virtually. Believe me, I haven't met anyone in a long time. I wanted to chat with you and get to know you better. I took a look at your photo. You are a stylish and beautiful lady. I also thought you were a friendly person. I just wanted to chat and foster intimacy. I don't think of cutting
Don't
off
go.
communication
That's
with
not the
someone like
right
you.
way. It's the right
As
way.
you know,
No,
we
you
met
can't
virtually.
go that
This sounds like it was
way.
written by an AI. I am honored to be in communication with you. We can hold face to face meetings in the future. Spending time and chatting with you will make me very happy. Moreover, one day I would like to prepare wonderful delicacies in your honor and present them to you in a romantic environment. Ah,
Turns out it's his sister. Hmm.
girl responds, dude, you need to stop with the copy paste messages. And yes, I'm blank. I doubt you wrote all of that in 4 minutes, unless you type very fast. He responds, 1. I came across your account by chance. We probably came across it we probably came across it in an application. However, this incident does not happen today. I didn't have any free time to write. I wanted to write today. If I had the opportunity to meet face to face, I already have confidence. I have no material or moral deficiencies. I would appear before you without an intermediary, without a matchmaker. 2. Why should I have fun with an ordinary person virtually? Do you think I have this much free time? It's sad. I haven't had fun with anyone until today. I have never used any woman. I already define myself as a real gentleman, whom you can call a young man who lives for his ambitions. I didn't learn to have fun with women. I learned to serve a woman, just like when I offered you dinner. 3. Finally, I beg you, do not reject my offer to meet. Time is money. I know it is the most valuable thing, but you don't meet someone like this every day, right? This has to be written by fucking AI. It has to be. Absolutely
Like I
has to be.
told Chat, it sounds like he's using Chat GBT to reply.
Girl, if you want to meet people here, I'll give you some advice to not use the copy paste messages. I honestly didn't know if you were a bot trying to scam me or an actual person at first. No offense, just some friendly advice. That was another thing. I was thinking this is maybe like a scammer trying to do the lover boy scam.
Oh, those scams, the best way for me to figure out what they are is if I start talking to it in Korean. It breaks.
Boy, I'm not scamming. No, why? Girl, I know you're not scamming now. The long copy paste messages just don't feel authentic. Oh boy. Boy, I am someone who loves research. If it's a novel, yes, I read it. I especially enjoy religious, historical, and detective novels. I don't just read. I don't just read. I personally go and visit the places in the scripts I read. Example: Jerusalem. I'll go and see Manila, Jakarta, Bogota, Rio de Janeiro. I'll end it right there. I did not prepare nonsense message content for you. Madam, our only aim is to chat. I plan to advance the contact if the parties warm up to each other and understand each other. My purpose and my path are clear. This is definitely written by AI. I have lived on Earth for a quarter of a century, but my maturity is half a century. I'm asking for a chance. Forgive me if I'm where is it? Because it cut off. Forgive me if I'm not overstepping my bounds. I would be honored if you offer this chance. If I make even the slightest mistake, you are free to cut off the contact. I hold no grudge or hatred towards you. Girl, I think I'm looking for someone who is a little less mature and not so serious. I hope you find what you're looking for too. Boy, oh boy. Well, I would like to express my gratitude that you did not accept my offer. Considering your approach to me, the time you spend, and your entry into my life, I am already stating that I will gladly do as much as I can in return. If you do not offend me and make me happy, there will be nothing that I would not do for you in our future conversations. It is worth noting in advance, I may not be able to give quick answers because I cannot always access Instagram by holding my device in my hand. What? Of course, you can access Instagram. It's on your phone, just like this fucking conversation. Forgive me for this. I guarantee that I can spare time for you as long as possible. Therefore, in the coming days, I hope you will prove that you will be understanding, and I hope you will be understanding, and I promise that no problems will arise. On another issue, I would be very grateful if you saw my messages and did not leave them unanswered. Do not forget that. This is one of the things I hate the most. Girl, I mean, you can keep messaging me if you want, but I don't think this will go very far. You're already putting demands on me to message as soon as I see a message. What if I get busy and couldn't respond? Boy, I have many questions to ask you. If you'll allow me, I would like to direct those to you. I would be pleased, madam, if you would send me the answers with sensitivity. Girl, yeah, go ahead. I'll probably not be able to answer quickly as I'm at karate and will be busy. Are we ready for the questions?
I'm scared.
What do you do in your spare time? What are your future plans? What kind of relationships have you had in the past? What are your expectations from your future relationships? What kind of male profile are you hoping for? How many people have you met before? How have you ever met someone virtually? If we are in a relationship, will you live abroad in the future? What kind of things do you like? Food, gifts, or shopping? What kind of hobbies or interests? Cigarettes or alcohol? How is your communication with your parents? Girl, refer to my resume. Become a professional e-girl. Every kind, expect them to have watched all of One Piece at least twice. That's a high order in itself.
Yeah.
My type is Shrek. More than one, less than 1 million. Does Shrek count? I'm thinking of going to live in Shrek's swamp or the kingdom of far, far away. Refer to my resume. I like clipping my toenails. Refer to my resume. Did you even read my resume? I only drink during the blood moon. It helps with my blood cravings. No smoking. I only
Bot.
communicate with
This
them.
is so a bot.
Yeah, Yes, it's a bot. I only communicate with them via carrier pigeons because they live in the kingdom of far, far away. Boy, well, let's just call it what it is. Bot. Then can we keep in touch from now on to get to know each other? I will offer you a serious, level, and decent relationship. We start with voice, text, video chats and go up to face meetings. If everything goes well, we start a relationship as soon as possible. Her final response. I'm in a serious relationship with Shrek and I won't leave him. That took a turn.
Trolling bots are fun.
All right. You have one more. Go ahead. No pressure. It's all on you.
Just know mother-in-law FaceTime 1-year-old when visiting her grandparents for the first time.
Wait, say that one more time?
Just know mother-in-law FaceTime 1-year-old when visiting other grandparents for the first time.
All right. Seems a little harsh.
Hello. The title pretty much explains it. I've had some issues with my just know mother-in-law around boundaries. Well, that one's for setting boundaries type of one. Anyways, my little one, my family lives in another state. And at 1 year mark, my husband and I traveled to go meet my side of the family for 1 week. Tonight, my just no mother-in-law FaceTime my little one in front of my family, uh, talking about taking him swimming when he comes back and trying to get him to say yeah yeah. It was pretty cringe and sucked at life out of the room. I told my husband not to do that again, and that when we are visiting my family, we are spending time with my family, not his, who gets every holiday, birthday, etc. He doesn't see how that behavior is rude or inappropriate. Am I crazy here?
Okay. I don't. How. 1 year old?
Yep.
Okay. So the 1 year old spends a lot of time with the husband's parents,
Mhm.
is what I heard.
Yep.
So just because they're there visiting the mother's parents doesn't mean the boy doesn't, or the little one doesn't still want to see the other grandparents.
Mhm.
This is not about this is not about tit for tat. This is about how the little one feels, right?
Mhm.
So seeing grandma or whatever on FaceTime may make him feel comfortable. So I honestly don't see a problem with this. I think she's overreacting a little bit because she had something in her mind that she thought how the visit was going to go, because she sees how the husband's grandparents parents are with their child.
Mhm.
So she wants the same thing with her parents, which is nice. It's nice to think of, but if her parents live farther away, then she should be encouraging the FaceTime, because then the little one will get used to FaceTiming her parents. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I do think she's overreacting a little bit. I understand why she's upset. I also understand why the husband doesn't think it's a big idea, a big deal. So it's a bit of. I mean, we've said it before with the first one. They're both kind of the asshole in this situation.
Mhm.
She put something that the husband may not have known about. Like she put expectations on the visit, where the husband's kind of like, yeah, it's not a big deal. They're just talking. My mom missed him or them. Did it state it was a boy,
Mm-mm.
little boy? No, okay,
You just said little one.
okay. So the grandmother just missed the little one. So I think both of them. I think the mom needs to kind of calm her tits, and the husband needs to like take a little bit more action,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
Controlling family. Mostly the mom.
I, yeah, I could see it as that. No bingo,
No.
not this time.
Nope, and it's time. And we came close. I don't know if chat got any, but I know the stream itself, it's either overbearing mother-in-law or it was not my circus, not my monkeys. So close. So close.
So what do we get if we get a bingo?
Bragging rights? I mean, I could give chat the currency for the stream because that's still a thing, even though I basically made everything free. But it does utilize some things for like if you decide to play against each other. You
Like roll up, run a poll or something, right?
In my Discord, if you go to the stream commands, in minigame, you got gambling, which you can use the points for. Slots, you can use the points for, and you can duel other people for points.
Why are you trying to start a war in your chat?
I am a sociologist. I study societies, and chaos is fun.
That's fair.
Plus, if chat is having fun, then they will come more, and we would have fun, and it'll grow. And the more people has the fun, and the funner of the streams we have. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know people in chat.
So do
They
I.
don't deserve fun.
Everybody deserves fun. Everybody deserves friends. How rude. Like, chat also has access to all the little sounds that I was playing. It's in the stream commands in my Discord. And next week, Antwon will be able to hear them.
Oh dear. Well, we should actually start trying to figure out how to actually do an outro for this show.
Oh, what? Our same time, same boring channel, not a good enough outro for you? And I have an outro song thing, just not the saying of, it is 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids is? Or whatever.
I'm just thinking of something, I don't know, a bit, because when you say same boring time, same boring channel, you're kind of telling people, yeah, these two people are boring. No, she says 10 o'clock, not tit o'clock. That is a different stream entirely. Which, speaking of tit o'clock, I will be putting on a stream next week for the advice thing. I think I'm going to do about an hour. I've got some questions in the Discord. I'll figure some other things out to talk about.
It's your dark stream.
I mean, this is Twitch, which does allow booby streamers, so it's not necessarily something that wouldn't possibly pass the time.
Antwon, strip.
What? Listen, you're going to have to pay me a lot of money to get me to take this hoodie off.
Oh, what? You don't want to reveal your coding?
No, my coding is.
Uh-oh. We lost him again. I broke him! Oh no! I talked about his coding and he ran away. Hey, he's back!
Listen, my coding is personal. I don't need people in chat seeing all of that, all right?
10001.
All right, I will come up with an outro for this show, I promise. But until that happens, have a good night, everyone.
We won't be doing our stream next week. Have fun with your family and your animals that might be scared of the boomy things outside. Oh God, there's a moth. The moth isn't what scares me, it's the cat that's chasing the moth.
Well, at least you know the cat will catch the moth. You have a bearded lizard. Sick the bearded lizard on the moth.
Toothless is sleeping.
Well, that's something I'm going to be doing soon. So have a good night, everyone. We will see you in a couple of weeks. Enjoy your 4th of July. Don't get too drunk and have a wonderful time.
Bye.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. I'm never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
No, no, no! You're not listening to this! No!
Never gonna tell a
No!
lie and
Fucking
hurt
no!
you.
I'm not bloody... I'm not listening to this. I'm not.